Del Monte Foods has just filed for bankruptcy after almost 140 years in business. Del Monte is saying that it's filing for bankruptcy because consumers are not buying it anymore, leaving them with surplus inventory and a whole lot of debt. They actually had to get their hands on almost $1 billion just to keep their doors open and to continue operating. The bottom line is that people are not eating canned food as much as they used to. They don't want all the preservatives, and they would much rather a fresher and healthier option. That's left Del Monte in the dust with billions of dollars of debt. Long gone are the days where Del Monte used to dominate the supermarket aisles. You know it for its canned corn, for its canned sweet peas, and for its canned fruits. But now, as the times change, it looks like it's the end of the road. Del Monte has not been alone. There have been 15 other companies in the food and beverage sector that have filed for bankruptcy since the beginning of last year.
Del Monte just filed for bankruptcy, and that's a huge deal. It's one of the largest producers of canned foods in the United States, and it has been around for over 100 years. If you're wondering why there's a collapse in agriculture, it's because ICE has removed all of the employees who used to work our fields, who used to harvest our food. So if you're noticing the food at the grocery store is more expensive, lower quality, or basically just not there, this is why. And this is not a bug of Project 2025, this is a feature. One of the reasons why I garden in my small urban homestead is for sustainability. It's also for enjoyment, but now more than ever, I think everyone needs to be having their own gardens at home. I produce about 500 pounds of produce every year, and that doesn't include my edible forests of cherries, apples, and peaches. And that doesn't sound like a lot. We're a family of four, so we far outstrip what we can produce on our small plot of land, but it does make a difference in terms of the sustainability and our food budget. If we continue down this track, if we no longer have individuals who can harvest our food, if the food does not become available, then food will only be available to the ultra-wealthy. I recently traveled to an area around Moss Landing, California, and I saw them plowing in artichoke fields. As far as the eye could see, these were ripe artichoke fields. You could see the heads of artichoke poking up above the spiky foliage, and they were just tilling them right into the ground because there was no one there to harvest them. And one of my daughters said to me, why do the people in the fields look like volunteers? They were wearing bright clothing, sun hats, and kind of milling around, even though you could tell that they were packing pallets of strawberries for sale. Those were not employees. Those were likely volunteers from the community, recognizing that those strawberries were going to rot in the fields if they weren't picked. So they were coming together and they were helping to pick those strawberries. And they need to do that because all of the employees who normally would pick those fields are scared to come to work, or they've already been deported. So I think there's actually something much more insidious going on than just we're not going to have food on the shelves or the food becomes prohibitively expensive. I actually think part of the plan here is to make it really easy to imprison people. So you have a huge budget for ICE that was just passed in the big beautiful bill. Suddenly ICE has a larger budget than the Marines. They can round people up. They can use basically any justification for detaining people regardless of their country of origin. But make no mistake, this is going to definitely be targeting people of color much more so. So I recognize the privilege that I'm speaking from. But that said, I'm still scared for my own family. So they're going to round people up and they're going to put them in detainment centers and they're going to enslave them because slavery is actually illegal in this country under the 13th Amendment. If you are in prison, you can be used, your labor can be used without paying you. And it's already happening in places like Georgia and Alabama. McDonald's workers actually, they're bussed in from prisons and they're put to work. And not only are they paid basically nothing because it's legal under the 13th Amendment, but they have to pay to be there because they have to buy their uniforms and they have to buy their transportation to and from their places of business. This is the next step. These agricultural workers are the next step in this plan. They are going to have armies of slaves that they don't have to pay producing our food.